drug dealer. All right, here go my favorite. I hate to do this to my baby, but I gotta do it, man. Here we go.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because
she said she ain't got no expectation.
Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
you
just
talk about
saying.
me.
So,
This is a terrible take. From start to finish.
Is it?
It really is. It's a terrible. Okay. It's a terrible take.
Is it a bad take?
All right. Here's the thing, right? So if we're talking about women being boss, they, as they say, boss bitches, right? I don't use that word, but they say boss bitches, right?
I love when they say that.
So if that's what women are to be, where does your equity, equality, and inclusion come from, right? Because if you making the same amount or more than the man, right? So are we? And whoever this coach is or whatever, she's a hypergamy something coach. Or
yeah.
That's what she teaches, right? But if women get to a point where women are making $200,000 a year, who they're going to date? Like you're in the 0.5% of men, right? And not only that, like this coach is like I did a little dive on it because I actually listened to Poor Minds. Yeah. So it started playing when I went on my walk yesterday, and I got 3 minutes in, I had to turn it off.
Hey, come on, man! Don't do that to my girl.
No, because because the things that she said at the very beginning of that pod, like find a rich dude, take his money, start your own business, like it was terrible. It was terrible. So I was just like, man, I was like, all right, I gotta go see who this is, right? And then I do a little deep dive. She did what's called sugaring.
Okay.
So you know what sugaring is, right? Basically prostituting.
Yeah.
So that's what she
Sugar
did,
daddy.
right? So it's like, man, it's like, yo, women really keep women single. Like it's completely off base.
What's my favorite line? Women what?
Women hate women.
Like,
right? But it's like it was completely off base. Like
you think so?
If you are a boss chick and if you like it, first off, let me be clear. If women have money and they like you, they will spend money on you.
That's fair.
Women will spend money on you. So if a woman has money, bro, like she's not holding the guy that she is visually attracted to. She's not holding him to the same standards that she's trying to tell everybody else. These are the standards that I'm holding somebody to.
All right, here we go. First disagreement. We telling the truth this pod?
Yeah, we're telling the truth.
All right, man. I like when we tell the truth, but sometimes I gotta ask because sometimes I'm willing to lie. Did I think it was a bad take? Nah. I feel like I didn't feel like it was a bad take because I do believe that, if, certain people shouldn't be dating because they just can't afford to. But I do think that comes to a point of, what type of dates are you trying to take? When I was making $8 an hour as a server, you know what I'm saying? And I was a server assistant. So let's be clear. Cause y'all gonna be like, servers make $2. But I was making $8. I wasn't going to Capitol Grill.
Well, no.
I wasn't even going to Roof Chris. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I had to date within my means. I dated women within my means. So I get that
part.
But
if there's women at whenever that was in your life, right? So I'm assuming you was between
20.
18 and 19. Okay.
18 to 20, yeah.
So at 20 years old, what 20-year-old woman is used to Roof Chris? Is used to,
the top
Capitol
10%.
Grill, right?
Yeah.
So the baddies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So again, it's
10%.
like 10%. Yeah, if that, right? Maybe less than that.
Absolutely.
So none of the women in that bracket is used to that. But now because of Instagram, all women think that this is what I deserve. This is what I should have. Everybody thinks she's a baddie. The young lady that's speaking, if you go listen to that first 10 minutes, she's like, look at me.
Well,
right?
Let's get there. Because they lit your ass up. And I don't think it's fair.
I don't mind.
Let me tell you why I don't mind. Yeah. Because I've said this, and this is not to Poor Minds. This is to what happens. How do I get popping on the internet? We always come back to this. And what ends up happening is you get the women that don't have on makeup, that's overweight, hair not done, that's looking a mess, and they take one segment of them saying something that's quote unquote ridiculous, and the internet just heats it and it's gone, right? So the first thing the comments was doing was like, yo BMI ratio don't match. Like, how you got these takes? And the joke was, she said, yo, I just got a BBL, so I gained 40 pounds because I couldn't work out. And they tore her ass up even more about that. And I was just like, yo, what have we gotten to? And then, the other part of it is, dog, I met my wife when I was, for sakes and purposes, like 24, 25. I married her at 30. And when I bought my crib, when I started dating my wife, I was making $16 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that my wife saw the future.
Yeah. She see beyond. But again, right, that's a woman that's interested in you.
Yeah.
Right?
She saw what I could be and said, yo, I'm going to give this dude a chance.
Yeah.
Now, granted, my wife was making less and then she quickly started making more, but it was still like, yo, I'm going to give you a chance, because I would hate to be a brother, and we're going to talk about one at the end of this podcast, so stay through it. Trying to go out here and date these chicks, and you gotta just like, yo, I gotta make it. But that ain't even the conversation I want to have, because Poor Minds said this gonna break the internet. Poor Minds, you let us down.
Here's the thing. They played that clip because they shot old girl Belle. Right? If they make more clips, and they haven't, because I actually went and followed them after this shit.
Yeah.
On Twitter, because Twitter's where everything gets off.
Oh, it goes down.
So I went and followed them. They have not reposted, but I promise you, if you listen to the first 3 minutes of their show, I hate to plug another pod on our pod, but if you go listen to the first 3 minutes of that show, if you can make it that far, like, old girl goes in on men, bro.
Oh, I believe it. But if y'all wanted to break the internet, the better question is, what should your salary requirement be to have kids? Because if y'all think that y'all shouldn't be dating at 50 grand,
nobody gonna date.
Well, no, scratch that. How much should you be how much money do you need to be making to have a child?
Bro, I don't know if any amount is enough. My my best friend, her and her husband, they have a newborn right now, and they are millionaires. And they are fucking struggling.
Oh, I believe it. Like,
they are struggling.
Because if I come out today and say, hey, yo, I think you shouldn't have a kid if you make less than 75 grand, we know what time it is.
Yeah, they are struggling. So I don't know if there's a the right number.
Well, for me, I believe they should be like an unlock button for semen, and your egg should not be able to be fertilized if you don't make. Like, literally, bro, like, if we keeping it real, your household can't be making less than like $100K if you want to have kids.
Yeah,
like, it's just a real, it's sad.
It's going to cost some money, for one. And for two, you need to do it in a marriage, right? You need to do it in a two-parent home, because when I walked in, I was on the phone with her, and she was just telling me that her sister was in town, and she was like, Thursday night they end up they had like their first full night's sleep. Like, they fell asleep watching the news, and then they woke up at like 8 the next day, like, oh my God, like, we got a full night's sleep. And then her sister that kept the kid, she was like, on Friday night, the sister was like, all right, now I got to get some sleep, so y'all gonna have to watch y'all kid, right? Yeah. And it's like, imagine trying to do that on your own. And me and her, we was having that conversation of, like, how many times do you see one parent, typically the mother, is trying to handle this all on her own. I was like, y'all are struggling. It says 3 of y'all, and everybody's talking about they need some sleep, over the weekend. Imagine when it's just one parent, right? Imagine how tired that person is. So when it comes to salary requirements, I think salary plays a part, but I also think it's two people at the same time. Because imagine if you don't make enough money and you tired.
Bro, think about it like this. The average daycare in this country is like $1,200 a month. So you are already talking about whatever you think.
Newborn is $1,800.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the requirement. I think the household needs to be 100. I really think if you separate it, like if Shorty's saying 50 grand a date, then I don't think it's outrageous for me to say, yo, you need to be making 75 to have a kid, because you got to think after taxes it's whatever. Then after we get there, we're talking about a third of your salary is going to daycare. We talking about, yo, you gotta, when you have a newborn, you going through at minimum 12 diapers a day. Yeah. It's only 36 in that damn pack. Or if you got the big pack, it's 60. So you talking about every 3 days you buying a pack of diapers, or every week you buying another pack of diapers and they $50.
It's funny though. We're jumping to the kid because we recklessly keep having these kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? The question is, what should you make to date? And we already like, yo, y'all so bad at not not having babies, that we like, yo, let's talk about the kids so y'all can understand what it costs to date. Because so how many times have we seen these relationships? Women are discussing like, yo, how much a man need to spend to, you know, for them to like them. And then they end up having a baby with a dude that they don't like or the guy don't like them.
And he broke.
And, you know, especially broke for a kid.
Yeah.
Then he gets hit over the head because she needs help.
Yeah.
So now he's paying $800 or $1,500 a month in child support for a kid. Hey,
It's
man.
wild. Y'all have fun with that because I ain't doing it. I want to welcome